supplied a list of ideas of things to do, and I've actually done a couple on this list before. And
Have
there's
you?
some, the one you've got is the create a bespoke playlist of meaningful songs, or as we used to call it, a mixtape.
That's right.
Put a mixtape together.
How do you tell when somebody's old or young? That's what
Exactly.
it takes.
I'll put a mixtape together for you. But the thing is, if you're one of the people who isn't great, if you're not great at writing, I'm going to stop that there. So what was happening there? This is the second part of our interview with Noel McDermott. And we were talking to Noel about yesterday, about Valentine's Day, making things a bit different. I thought I just had to press a button and it would do an introduction, but it didn't. So that's down to me. Apologies. Just before we go there, though, Emma Jane's been on. Many years ago, Steffen, it says a million years ago when I was younger, I won a competition for a plus-size model in just 17. Then I was a couple of magazines and also modelled for Dawn French in her catalogue for clothes. Was fab meeting you. He has a few pics. And she sent us pictures from back in the day. And I'll tell you what, that is a fantastic prize. Mind you, I have to move quickly on. This is Noel McDermott, how to spice up your Valentine's Day. And into picking the perfect songs in the right order and doing that playlist and writing it out by hand. And you only had little space to do it in.
Yeah.
Now, I've got to be honest, I did it. I got a USB stick.
Yeah, that's what
that was the way. But it came. I got a little special box for it, and it was an old style cassette tape box where you could put the little USB inside. And that was about 4 years ago. And
genius.
Do you know what it is though? The thing is, she still has that, and she still uses it.
Yeah,
and it's one of those things where you remember it.
Okay, that's right. That's right. And it's the thought that somebody's thought about what you would like. Do you know what I mean? And that's really important. It's that you've borne somebody in mind, as we say in therapy.
So
because we all want to feel like somebody thinks about us.
Well, that's it. That's the whole thing. Could you give us some of these other ideas? Because there's some cracking ideas here. But I don't want to make...
The thing I thought is we could try and replicate... Because, one of the things that we do on Valentine's Day, I know I've sort of scorned a bit the whole industry that builds up around it, but we go and celebrate our love for a special one in public. And obviously we can't do that this year. So we go out to restaurants and we know everybody in the restaurant is celebrating Valentine's Day. I've done it. And then you look over at another table and you sort of smile sillily at each other and all that sort of stuff because you all know what you're doing and it's great fun.
Exactly.
It's lovely to do that. But we've got Zoom and all that. And so why don't you talk to some of your mates, encourage them to celebrate Valentine's with you in the same way. Maybe you're going to have a special meal for the evening. You can order it in depending on where you live, order your favourite food in, and then arrange with the mates that they're going to have the meal at the same time. You're going to be on Zoom together and you're going to have a chat and celebrate in a public way your love for each other.
Do you know what it is? If you can, this is the great thing. We've got Zoom, we've got all these different Microsoft Meeting, Google Meet. There's so many different ways of doing it. But here's the thing. We've kind of got, the quiz has been done to death. Oh, yeah, I've failed internet connections, me. I've passed off that the internet wasn't working properly. Just to try and get out of the Zoom quiz. Oh, I tell you, there's only so many. All the kids were standing there, pretending we were glitching. It was amazing. But the thing is, there is so much more you can do with a Zoom. There is so much more you can do with these meetings and getting people involved.
And I've got a lot of mates that are doing dinner parties on Zoom, and it's good fun, actually. It's a nice way of sharing it. One other thing is, and we've talked about it, but I want to emphasise this. Yeah. I think this year, bring your kids and other people into the Valentine's celebration, because I think this year it's about a celebration of our love for each other in the broadest sense. It's not the romantic love, but that bigger sense. So think big this year. Don't hide it away, but think about how you can include people that you love. And that actually, I don't mean to be odd about this, but that also might include like your neighbours, because I think a lot of us this year have got a bit closer to our neighbours because we've been reaching out to each other. Do you know what I mean? And you might make a special point of going and saying, thanks, not I love you or anything, but thanks very much. This year has been tough and it's been good.
Did you know, Neil, I'm going to have to throw this. This is a conversation hand grenade I'm about to throw in here.
Hang on.
Have you seen the figures on how many neighbours have got together during lockdown?
No, I can imagine it's quite high.
Do you know what it is? It is amazing how many people have found
the
love in their neighbourhood.
Relationships during the pandemic is extraordinary.
Oh, very much so, very much so.
And
I tell you,
the way people are doing relationships has completely changed in the pandemic. So it used to be that you'd go out dating somebody, take a year maybe, and then you'd move in, and then But that during the pandemic has all accelerated because of the lockdowns, and people are moving in together straight away.
Yep.
That's it. And they've decided what's important, and they're getting on with it. And it's extraordinary. It's amazing. It's I get a real buzz through it because I think it's real evidence of the fact that we can form these really important sort of love attachments with each other under very difficult circumstances, and we can make them work. And that's extraordinary.
I'm going to quickly run down. We've got a couple of your other ideas here, which I loved. And this is the whole reason we are having this conversation as well, because you've got some belting ideas, alternative Valentine Days idea. So you can do we've had the menu, the Valentine menu, maybe cook together or cook a dish each and surprise each other. Yeah. The playlist of meaningful songs. I mean, that one, I can promise you, it works. It works. Yeah. If you are married, dig out your wedding video or your album.
Yeah, absolutely.
And do you know, Liz, I did that a little while ago and we sat there and went, didn't speak to them anymore. Why did we invite them? But there was bringing us together in our hatred of the people who were at our wedding. And if we're going to be honest with you, the couple who hate together love together, because you sit there going,
absolutely. And love and hate are they opposites? To be honest, I mean, exactly. I sometimes think that I hate you is a synonym for I love you. Do you know what
exactly.
I mean?
He was a wrong'un. Why did we invite him? Did you see how much you had at the buffet? Now, you've got another one here. Exercise that day together. Go somewhere that means something to you both. So this is the thing, because people like taking the exercise breaks to get away from each other. Yes.
But I think on the 14th, it's the togetherness stuff. Because I think that one of the things that's happened during the lockdown phase, we've been fighting for personal space a lot more. Those of you that are in families, for example, nobody told us that we were going to have to run our work from home, run our school from home, and run our family from home at the same time. Nobody ever said that, right? And so we've had to do it, and we've got on with it, and it's all become a bit intense, really, hasn't it? So finding that personal space during the lockdown has been very, very important. But what's really important, I think, on the 14th is to recognise that we've done that successfully and we're still together. So this day, we're just going to be really gentle with each other and have some gentle, kind times together without any stress. I think take the day off. I can't remember what day it's falling on the 14th. What day is it falling on?
It's a Saturday.
Oh, we'll take the day off then.
Oh, no, actually, it's a Sunday. It's a Sunday. It's a Sunday.
Oh, there you go. Take the day off.
Take the day off. Do note and do note together. There's nothing better than doing nothing together.
Do now together. I think that's a great idea. That's what intimacy is, isn't it? Intimacy isn't something dramatic and big. Intimacy is the small stuff that happens quietly between you that nobody else notices.
We were saying this to the kids the other day, and they came downstairs. And it was a Saturday, and I'll be honest with you, I'm normally out the house all the time. Not pandemic, I'm always working. I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm away most weekends working. So being home's been lovely. And the thing is, we sat the other day, and we sat for probably about 2.5 hours. And my wife was sitting sewing, because that's her little hobby. I was sitting I was reading a book. I was sitting reading a book, yes. So we're both just sat in the same room, probably said about 4 words to each other.
Yeah, I know.
And the girls came down and went, "Whoa, what's the matter with you two?" And we're like, "Well, this is where happiness is. It's where you can be in the same room with each other, and you don't have to speak."
That's exactly right. And I sort of the happiness. My son lives over in France, so I've decided I'm Irish, and I'm going to get an Irish passport now.
There's ways and means for everything. There's ways and means for everything, I tell you.
And the best memories I've got with him is just cuddling up with him on the sofa.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done loads of stuff together. I've taken him on great holidays and skiing and all that sort of stuff. We've got some brilliant memories. But the best memories for me are when we've just been cuddling up on the sofa. He's been playing a game on his phone, and I've just been sort of doing that old man nodding off stuff.
But there's nothing, do you know, Liz, that's nothing more enjoyable than having a mid-afternoon nap I am embracing that. I tell you what, I've even got into cardigans. I am rocking a cardigan.
Have you admitted that in public? Yeah,
I am admitting this. No, I've admitted this on the show. I am wearing those. I'm 48. I am wearing cardigans. I'm also wearing those shoes which have got memory foam soles, where they look like a pair of slippers, and you wear them out the house. And do you know what it is? I don't consider this giving in. I consider this winning.
Liz?
It's winning at life. I'm winning at life.
Liz? Who's Liz? They just called me Liz twice. There you go.
But it's
Is
true.
that the name of your wife?
True. No. It's
falling in love with me now.
No. It's my accent throwing you off with a word there. What it is, the truth of the matter is, I am just happy. I am just happy in being, and this is the hardest thing: being happy in who you are and happy in what you're doing. And this
that's
is
what we want to
thing.
achieve, isn't it? Just being comfortable in our own skin.
Exactly.
If you can achieve that, everything else in life falls into place. It really does. You know, they say happiness is an inside job.
Oh, I like that.
You know what I mean?
No, that is a really, really good quote. And I tell you what,
true, isn't it?
It is, though. It is. Noel, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate this. I tell you what, it's been a good laugh. Hopefully, it won't be next Valentine's Day. We'll speak to you again. If people like the cut of your jib, where else can they find you?
You can get me online on my website, noelmcdermott.net. And I'm on all the social media channels. Just Google Noel McDermott and you should come up with me. A bit narcissistic, really, to be honest.
Well, hey, I'm like dog poo. I'm everywhere as well. Don't worry about it. Noel, it's been lovely chatting to you, sir. Thank you so much for your call.
Have a good evening. Thanks for inviting me on.
BBC